Hey everybody, this is Dashboard Portable Workshop. I am Rob, and in this video, I'm going to make a bunch of these pieces at this length and longer. I'm going to start by ripping them from a full sheet. Now I'm also going to demonstrate how we can make a quick transition between rips and crosscut with the setup you see right here. So step one is I'm going to set the dimension, and I'm going to cut. So I'm going to use the rip gauge and just loosen this knob. Since I want to duplicate this part, all you have to do is set this down like so, drop the plate against there, tighten the knob, and now we have duplicated that dimension right here. So we'll use that to set the stops for the rips. And I'll just leave that close to the edge of the table, but not over. So now let's put the guide rail on. Just going to drop these spiral dogs in the slotted holes. That's ready. So now let's get the rip gauge again and set the rip stops. So all I have to do is put the tab on the rip gauge up against the splinter guard, move my rip stop up against the extension, tighten that knob, and that's one setting all done. I'll do the same thing back here. Like that. So I've got two stops set using one standard. And now I can just pull the sheet up against those. That's ready to go. Okay, so I've got 10 pieces. They're all the same. 8 of them will be longer, and 2 of them will get cut into shorter pieces. Okay, so now we'll make the transition to cross-cutting. So the first thing I'll do is just take the ripstop off, and I can store that in the outrigger over here. So it's out of the way, but at the ready next time I want it. So while I was doing all the ripping, the guide rail brackets, front and rear, were already installed. You can see this here, but they were both out of the way. So I've now raised the front guide rail bracket to the height of the material that I'm cutting. So this is ready to go. And we will install the rail on the rear guide rail bracket, put the fences on, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, here's my rail I'm going to use. And we just install it on the rear bracket in the typical fashion. Raise this bar, slide it on through the slot up against the back of the plate. And then I can just drop it on the pin on the front. I'm going to come around here, tighten the 2 knobs that hold the rail to the pivot plate. Make sure those are good and solid. And then this is in place. So I'm ready to use that. You can see the pin insert here drops on the pin on the front guide rail bracket. This is going to come down and register perfectly. So this is ready for use. Now let's put the fences on. Okay, in this case, I'm going to use our F2 surface mount fence to do the cuts. This is just a way that we can get around having to take any track stars off of this that were on for the long rip configuration to put the side mount fences on. So this is our F2. It has this blue thing that we call the base bar, which is intended to slide under your rail. It is 6 millimeters thick, which is a little bit under 1/4 inch. So you can still cut down to 1/4 inch material without the rail resting on the bar, because that's a little bit thicker. So we have our fence blocks positioned here, which will tighten the fence into any set of holes we want on this grid. So I can move it here, I can put it here, however I want it based on the things that I'm cutting, how wide they are. So in this case, I'll just put it here in this set of holes. I've got these 2 lined up. You can see the tongue is going to come just shy of where the cut line is. So I'm not going to cut this. So now I'll just tighten the knobs on the fence blocks. This one is all set. Now we're going to put a second fence on. Okay, so I have another F2 here. This is the same as this one. It's just got different colored bar. The current version is all blue. Black is from a previous era. So same thing, different color. Now, I'm cutting these pieces with the flip stops on the right of the blade. So I'm going to put this right here on the table, also on the track star, which has been positioned to put these two in line. Okay, so now I'll just put these in here, tighten these fence blocks. Now these fences are lined up, and I can set the stops, make my cuts. And the only thing I've done between ripping and cross-cutting is installing the guide rail, putting the fences on. So it's really easy to make that transition. So now I want to set the stop to cut these shorter pieces. But I don't want to use a tape measure. It's not necessary. Since I'm reproducing this, we can use our components to exactly duplicate this length. So you might think, well, why don't you just use the rip gauge like you did over here for the rips? In this case, the maximum extension of the rip gauge is not quite long enough to duplicate this part. But that doesn't matter. All you need to do is take the extension off of the plate, like so. We're going to use the plate by itself plus the workpiece that we're reproducing to set the flip stop. So put the plate up against splinter guard just like you would with the long rips. Run your piece up against that because this represents the blade. This is the piece I'm going to get as a result of cutting. So now I just need to bring the flip stop up against the other end of the piece, and boom, exact reproduction. So now let's set the other flip stop for the longer pieces. All right, for these longer pieces, this is very simple. It won't surprise anybody. I've just made a measurement here. You can see, got a little bird's beak there, the pencil mark. That's where I want to cut. So I'm just going to drop this rail onto the front bracket and then just slide this along until I can see my pencil mark lining up with the splinter guard, move the flip stop, and that's all set. So now we're ready to cut. I might just stack these up against each other because they don't have to be absolutely perfect. I'm not building a satellite here, and we can do several at once. Now, of course, capacity-wise, we could put the fences another row of holes back or anywhere else closer to the front of the table, depending on what I'm comfortable with and the width of the pieces I might be cutting. And let's talk about capacity next. Okay, before I start cutting my pieces, let's talk about the implications of this setup. So just where I have these fences now, out to the front bracket, is a little bit over 32 inches or 814 millimeters. So that's quite a bit. And so imagine a piece up to that dimension, well supported by the table, the outriggers, the track star, against the fence. So think about how much versatility you have with very little changeover time between rips and cross cuts. So now I'm going to cut these up. Now, if I were going to transition back to cutting a full sheet, all I need to do is loosen the knobs, pull these fences out. No trouble at all. I'll carry those away, slip the rail off the rear guide rail bracket, and everything is set. So you can see it's very quick to make transitions between rips and crosscuts with the dashboard system.